First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
Right now, the Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating after deputies killed a man. They say shot at them and barricaded himself inside a Gainesville apartment. This is WUFT First at 5. I am Fontana Verde.
And I am Maria Rodriguez. The standoff took place on near West University Avenue and Northwest 9th Terrace. That's where we find WUFT's Aiden Wacksman. Aiden, you learned the suspect shot at deputies while they were trying to serve a warrant this morning.
The alert pinged people's phones at about 8:32 this morning, letting them know about gunshots happening right here behind me at Northwest 9th Terrace. That's a little less than a mile away from the Sentry Tower on University of Florida's campus. This map shows the area closed off by law enforcement earlier today. The road closures were on some roads off West University Avenue. The part of West University that was closed is now open, but Northwest 9th Terrace, where the shooting took place, remains closed. Law enforcement asks you to avoid that area and that it'll remain closed for an extended period of time. This is near the apartment where the shooting happened. It's by the Paisanos and McDonald's on University Avenue. According to ACSO, deputies evacuated residents in the apartments. The sheriff's office says no deputies or bystanders were hurt. I talked to a UF student earlier today who was at the gym when he found out about the shooting.
I look up the location and I realize it's right next to me. That's a bit concerning, and that was this morning. I'll say it's very scary how stuff like this seems to happen.
ACSO says the suspect shot at deputies when they tried to serve his warrant. He barricaded himself in the apartment and continued shooting. Deputies returned fire and killed the suspect. ACSO says it wants to clarify that the shooting did not take place on the University of Florida's campus. You can find more information on the ACSO Facebook page, and we'll provide you with more updates as well as we get more information. Live in Gainesville, Aiden Wacksman, WUFT News.
Right now, a Marion County woman is facing animal cruelty charges after deputies say she deprived a horse of proper care and nutrition. Last week, deputies say they received a tip that this horse at a home in Citro was underweight. They say this 17-year-old horse was extremely malnourished, with several bones visible. They seized the horse and put it in a veterinarian's care, but unfortunately, the vet said due to the horse's condition, it was recommended to be euthanized to prevent further suffering. Deputies questioned Isabella Media about the horse's care. They say she received the animal a year ago and only recently started losing weight. Investigators say she also admitted the horse was not under the care of a veterinarian. Media was arrested and taken to the Marion County Jail.
The dangerous heat is continuing in north central Florida for a second straight day. There are several excessive heat alerts for our area. UF forecaster Reuben Roberts is live in the weather studio tracking the heat and if there is a cool down in sight.
I mean, you're absolutely right. Looking around most of the cities in north central Florida, this doesn't cover right now, but this does cover today. Look at Gainesville. We were up to 99, Jacksonville up to 100, St. Augustine 98. Most of the cities around north central Florida, we're seeing that near 100, if not high 100 degrees today. But they say for the new record, this was Monday, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Look at Monday, they got up to 100. The old record was only 97. So for them to reach 100, it was really hot yesterday. Now looking around most of north central Florida, you're seeing a little bit of showers and a little bit of storm building up. But coming up, we are expecting extreme heat this week. 110 or higher heat indices are possible, and rain is expected to return this weekend.
The NYPD and federal investigators are working to learn why a man opened fire in a building Monday, killing 4 people, including one of their town. Another person was seriously hurt. Jay Gray took a closer look at the attack a day later and why he chose to open fire inside a Park Avenue skyscraper.
A day later, bullet holes and stepped-up security marked the scene of the mass shooting. New Yorkers still stunned by what happened here.
Somebody walking around the streets of Manhattan with an assault rifle. It's a little bit scary.
The gunman opening fire inside a Park Avenue business tower, killing 4. One of the victims, a New York City police officer working security. Then,
male is wearing a black suit and a bulletproof vest.
As officers rush in, taking his own life, the suspect identified as 27-year-old Shane Tamura of Las Vegas. Investigators saying he had a history of mental illness. Sources telling NBC News he left a note at the scene expressing anger his mental illness may be linked to playing football in high school. 2 officials saying he mentioned CTE, a brain disease linked to head trauma as a possible cause of his condition.
He was not an NFL player. We have reason to believe that he was focused on the NFL agency that was located in the building, and we're going to continue to investigate with our federal partners to ensure that we can find a reason.
NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell saying an NFL employee was seriously injured in the attack. Overnight, a dignified transfer, carrying the body of New York police officer Didarul Islam.
He's a true blue New Yorker, not only in the uniform he wore, but in his spirit and energy of loving this city.
The 36-year-old father leaves behind 2 young boys and his wife, who is 8 months pregnant with their 3rd child. Jay Gray, NBC News.
The cost of keeping Alachua County deputies in schools may increase again. That's according to a draft agreement between the ACPS and the Sheriff's Office. A few years ago, the school board paid over 6 figures to keep deputies in schools. Fast forward to this year, and that total could rise to just above $2 million. Officials will discuss the draft agreement at Thursday's school board meeting.
It's back to school season and classes at one Marin County school are back in session today. Wyoming Park Elementary in Ocala returned to classes today. They are the Marin County school that has a year-round schooling schedule. The Ocala Police Department put out a Facebook post asking drivers to be mindful and considerate as students walk or bike to school, and to slow down in a school zone. The rest of Marin County schools head back to class on Monday, August 11th. And school leaders in Marin County are working to make sure students have all they need when they head back to school in less than 2 weeks. They kick off the school year over the weekend with a back-to-school community give back. They says about 6,500 backpacks and supply kits were handed out at 7 locations across the county. Leaders say the day of giving ensures that students step into the new year equipped and ready to succeed. When First at 5 returns, nearly 40 million of Americans utilize the SNAP benefits to eat. But what will happen when the program is hit by record high cuts by the Trump administration?
And a day of fun and for the next generation of zookeepers, as Santa Fe Zoo students get to put to the test all they've learned so far.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, is the largest anti-hunger program in the U.S. It's getting major financial cuts, as outlined in President Trump's recently passed controversial spending bill. Ivan Rodriguez reports on how it could impact you and your community.
For the last 86 years, SNAP has helped millions of low-income families buy nutritious food.
It fills a crucial food gap for the most vulnerable people in our country.
James Ziliak is the director of the Center for Poverty Research. He says SNAP has served as an economic driver for local grocery stores and communities. In 2023, SNAP accounted for $124 billion in sales at 262,000 retailers, half of which were at superstores such as Walmart, while a quarter went to supermarkets. If recipients no longer have access to SNAP, it could lead to an economic hit for some communities.
That's going to reduce spending at those local stores and therefore could create some economic hardship, and even in the most extreme case, potential closures of those markets.
House Republicans say the new law will restore integrity to the program and benefit grocers by pushing more people to work. New work requirements expand to parents with children older than 13 and people ages 55 to 64. But studies show work requirements for SNAP do not increase employment.
People don't jump into the labor force in big droves when they get confronted with work requirements. But what they do tend to do is drop out of the program altogether. They're going to become more reliant on food pantries or churches or other charitable organizations to provide assistance.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Back closer to home, every year the Santa Fe College Teaching Zoo hosts a special event for Zookeepers Day. The student zookeepers say they get hands-on experience in tending to zoo animals as part of their degree program. And as WUFT's Aiden Wacksman reports, they use their knowledge to educate hundreds of animal lovers at Zookeeper Day.
It's a steamy weekend morning in July. Hundreds of people are seeking shade, but not where you may expect. They're at the Santa Fe College Teaching Zoo for its annual Zookeeper Day, gearing up for festivities, demonstrations, and of course, animals. Jade Woodling is the Conservation Education Curator at the Teaching Zoo. She says she started this event about a decade ago.
We knew we needed to host a Zookeeper Day because people really need to know how important zoos and the people that work there are.
The college offers an Associate of Science degree in zoo animal technology. All of the student zookeepers here are part of the program.
We get dirty, you're working with the animals, you're maintaining those enclosures, you're feeding those animals. It gives you a lot of that hands-on experience.
Zookeeper Day gives these students an opportunity to share their knowledge with their community.
Being able to help people identify birds that they can find in their own backyards has been just a really good way for me to connect on a local level.
Students aren't the only ones benefiting from Zookeeper Day. Animal lovers of all ages can marvel at the species in the zoo.
I think my favorite animal was the roseate spoonbill. They're around here, they're native, but you don't see them very often.
This is Ed's third time attending this event. He says he enjoys learning about all kinds of animals.
I've loved animals since I was a kid. Plus, I'm a beekeeper, and I love looking at pollinators and seeing the kind of stuff that interacts with them.
Zookeeper Day is for everyone, an event where animal lovers can interact with zookeepers, their furry and not so furry friends.
Woodling says some students apply to the Zoo Animal Technology program because they go to Zookeeper Day. She hopes to keep this event going far into the future.
Taking a look around North Central Florida, it has been hot. It is going to continue to be hot, but we are expecting some showers this evening and this weekend. I'll have more for you next.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
It's been hotter than usual, don't you agree?
Definitely, Candy. I miss the raining lately. Reuben, can you tell us what's expected for the rest of the week?
I mean, Maria, tonight, there is a chance this evening we could be seeing showers, but this weekend for sure. And Candy, we have been seeing record heat yesterday, and as of today, we are seeing record heat today as well. I mean, it is a tie game, tie record. I mean, we're both seeing 99 and 18, 96, 99 today. So Gainesville is seeing some extreme heat. But speaking of extreme heat, all of these cities that you see are under extreme heat warning. Let me move over here. This is a box. So extreme heat warning, that means your heat index is over 113. That means these cities reach 113 or higher on the heat index today. Looking on campus, oh, we were at triple digits earlier. We were at 100, but we're at 98 now. But the heat index, I mean, it feels like 113 outside, so it definitely feels hotter than that 98. But looking at the highs for today, most of the cities around North Central Florida did get really hot. I mean, we're seeing 99 for Gainesville, 98 for High Springs, Jacksonville at 100. So a lot of the cities got close or at 100. Looking at our storm tracker, Jacksonville isn't going to be as hot because of the showers and storms affecting their area. I mean, you're starting to see some showers and storm build up around North Central Florida. You're seeing a little bit in Marion County. We are expecting to see some moving up towards us closer, but as of right now, we're clear. Looking at our tonight, as I mentioned, that 6 p.m. is to look out for. The chances of showers are about 40, and the temperature is still going to stay really hot. I mean, we're looking at 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. that are still in the 80s. Looking at our lows for tomorrow. So for tomorrow, we're looking at 70s and another heat advisory. As tomorrow, all of these cities, basically all the cities in North Central Florida, are under heat advisory because they're expected to get above or in that 108 to 112 range. Looking at the highs, although it's a little cooler, is it really? I mean, we're looking at 95 for Gainesville, 95 for Ocala. Most of the cities are going to be in the mid to high 90s. Looking at our future cast, this is going to cover the showers going through North Central Florida. That night, we should be dispersed. Going into the morning, that's when showers are expected to pick up lunchtime 1 to 4. That is generally going to be the time you're starting to see showers and activity all around North Central Florida. Going through the night is going to be clear. Now, back to lunchtime. We're still seeing some shower and storm affecting North Central Florida around that lunchtime from today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Looking quickly at our future cast, I did want to touch on this cold front is expected to move down. This cold front is going to bring cooler air and more showers to our area. Speaking of showers and colder temperatures, I mean, look at the weekend. We're going from 95, 95, 97 on Friday. Watch out for 97 to 94, 90, and 91 on Monday. The chances of showers and storms pick up to 80, 90, and 80% going into the weekend.
Coming up in sports, it's a big day in Gainesville. Gators football kicked off their fall training camp today. Fans are spiraling over the health of quarterback DJ Lagway. Head coach Billy Napier addressed that concern at media availability today. We'll have those comments for you when we return.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome to sports. I'm Macy Meis. For the next 23 weeks, every week for the rest of the year, football will be a part of our lives. Today, the Florida Gators kicked off fall training camp as they get set to tackle the toughest schedule in college football. This afternoon, WUFT's Alexa Conroy attended football's media availability. She joins us now live from the studio. Alexa, fans are very excited about the potential of the upcoming season.
Yes, Macy, there's definitely a lot of excitement for this upcoming season, but also a little anxiety over the health of quarterback DJ Lagway. We learned Monday Lagway recently suffered of a minor leg injury that will limit him to starting training camp. Head coach Billy Napier says it's not an ideal situation for the Gators, but Lagway should be fine.
Development as well. So, when he gets back, he'll be just fine. But I mean, he's had a great attitude towards it, and I think we got to help him manage expectations a little bit as well. So, but in general, I think one day at a time, being present and executing the plan for each day.
Napier also addressed some key players that have grown during his time as head coach, including Tyreek Sapp, Jacoby Jackson, who have taken on leadership roles, directing the new recruits coming into camp, shaping these athletes and watching them grow physically and emotionally, building the identity of the player and the team.
And I think that's the fun part of coaching, is building that identity. And look, it's got to be flexible enough to win every week, depending on the opponent, the strengths and weaknesses of that week.
Many questions still linger for the Gators, including these four. Can Lagway stay healthy? Who can win the job of wide receiver one? How to elevate the interior defensive line? And how do they manage a tough schedule? With this, Billy Napier says he's staying positive coming into training camp, repeating his mantra from SEC Media Day, spot the ball. Live in the studio, Alexa Conroy, WFT Sports.
Staying on the football field, NFL training camps continue to push towards the preseason openers. In Tampa Bay, the injury-riddled Bucs continue to tackle the ups and downs of training camp. Head coach Todd Bowles emphasizes building a strong foundation to catalyze growth moving forward.
It's more of a mental thing, as far as penalties are concerned, technique is concerned, and fundamentals. That's really what you want to get down in camp, as well as the chemistry and the guys being around each other and understanding each other. If you can get that part down going into preseason, you have a pretty good feel for your team.
Last year, Tampa Bay won the NFC South and looks to do the same this year, if not better. They've re-signed a lot of key contributors like wide receiver Chris Godwin and linebacker Levante David, but also brought in veteran edge rusher Hassan Reddick on a prove-it deal. The Bucs also went big in the draft, getting Ohio State receiver Emeka Egbuka in the first round. Bucs opened the preseason at home against Tennessee August 9th. Over to the Diamond, the Tampa Bay Rays haven't exactly been shining a lot recently. But last night, they did manage to take down the Yankees and end their 4-game losing streak. And with the MLB trade deadline less than 48 hours away, they also made some deals. Tampa Bay is bringing in Yaher Arenado, an infielder from the Brewers system. In return, they traded catcher Danny Jansen to Milwaukee. While fishing for Jansen's replacement, the Rays caught a marlin. And what a catch it was, acquiring 28-year-old catcher Nick Fortes from Miami in exchange for outfielder Matthew Etzel. And before we go, Gators head coach Billy Napier also announced today that safety Asa Turner will be retiring from college football. This comes after he was just granted a 7th year of eligibility yesterday. And that's all for sports. Stay tuned for one final check with the weather after the break.
Looking at our 7-day outlook, it has been hot. It's going to continue to be hot until we creep into that weekend. The weekend, the temperature will decrease and the chances of showers and storms will increase. Going into next week, we should expect a little bit more showers.
Thanks for joining us.
And have a good night.